this time, dead grass. Dead grass.
Don't look for that. My computer's not, my screen's not working.
Really?
Yeah. It's the strangest thing. See how it's lighting up here, but the monitor's not working?
But the big screen is, right?
Yeah, that's for the online. No. Oh, it's not. Anyway, it's all over it. It's too much to. All right.
Okay, this meeting is called pursuant to public provisions of Open Public Meeting Law. This meeting is September 5th of 2023 with instructions for internet access was included in the meeting notice sent to the Burlington County Times and the Courier Post on August 11th, 2003 and advertised in said newspapers on August 16th, 2003 and August 17th, 2003 respectively. Posted on the website and the bulletin board in the municipal building on August 10th, 2023, and has remained continuously posted as required under the statute. In addition, a copy of this notice has been available to the public and is on file at the office of the municipal clerk. Can we get a stand for a flag salute? Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, can we get a roll call?
Mayor Klaus?
Here.
Mr. Montgomery?
Here.
Mr. Levinson?
Here.
Mrs. Gilmore? Here. Mrs. Evans? Here.
Okay, can we get a motion to approve the minutes for a regular meeting of August 8th, 2003?
I'll make that motion.
Second?
Mrs. Evans? Yes. Mr. Montgomery?
Yes.
Mr. Levinson?
Yes.
Mrs. Gilmore?
Yes.
Mayor Klaus?
Yes. Can we get a motion for approval of executive session minutes of August 8th, 2003?
So moved.
Mrs. Gilmore?
Yes.
Mr. Levinson?
Yes.
Mr. Montgomery?
Yes.
Mrs. Evans?
Yes.
Mayor Klaus?
Yes. Okay, can I accept, do I need a motion to accept these reports?
Yes.
All together? Do we have a member of the state police here? Doesn't look like it. Okay, we're going to accept tax collector, code enforcement, fire official, construction, emergency services, and, well, not New Jersey State Police, but all for August 2023. Can I get a motion for that?
So moved?
Second.
Mr. Montgomery?
Yes.
Mrs. Evans?
Yes.
Mr. Levinson?
Yes.
Mrs. Gilmore?
Yes.
Mayor Klaus?
Yes. Okay, it's time for that lovely comments from the public. Agenda items only. If you want to raise your hand, and I will call on you to speak. Yes, come on up. State your name, your address.
My name is Luis Lopez. I'm a resident of Mount Holly in the great state of New Jersey.
Do you have your street address?
Oh, yeah, 98 Ladybird Drive.
Great. Okay, thank you.
Only question for tonight is, you're creating a green team tonight, right?
I'm sorry.
You're creating a green team?
Creating a green team.
We're voting on measures for it, but we're not actually putting a team together, no.
If you do, I mean, that open up many opportunities, like to get more grants, like Mount Holly, man. They had a green team. If you could follow the same step, that would open up more program for Hingsport. I mean, like more program, more money to do more stuff in the park. I would like, to see that.
Well,
like to have more
this is the
program.
first step of that, but we probably, I don't know what we're doing, the same as Mount Holly, we're Hainsport, we're going to do our thing that works good for us. We're going to do what's better for our taxpayers.
Yeah, that's right. I would like to see that. I mean, it's a many opportunities you can do. That's my only, suggestion of probably this would pass, create a fully team. I would like to see that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Louis.
Okay, is there anybody else for public comment? Yes.
Deborah Harris, 7 Elsinore Drive. From my recollection, it's been a while since the Township Committee received an emergency services report. So did the Township receive a report for August, and does it cover the months that the emergency services did not submit a report? And also, does it cover the recent spate of accidents at Hainesport, Mount Laurel Road, and Fostertown Road? I myself was a witness to at least 3 over the last month.
Well, if we received a report in August, it would be available just now, so we'd have to review it because it is the end of August. And then if you're looking at the number of accidents, I'd have to refer you to Paula, but I'm pretty sure we don't count on our emergency services to report accidents, do we? How do we do
They
it?
don't give us report by
Per accident,
location, they just give us a number.
They give you a number.
But specific accident reports would come from the state police.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Okay, anybody else for public comment to agenda items? With that, I will close agenda item comments. Okay, we're going to talk about ordinances. Ordinance 2023-7, appropriate in the sum of $725,000 in funding for general capital fund of various projects throughout the township. Can I ask for committee comments on this first?
Yeah, I just had a comment.
Before you open it to the public?
Yes, sure, okay.
Yeah, I just had a comment. So of the $725,000, I just wanted to point out that basically, when I looked at it, it was broken out into 3 categories. Excuse me. Recreation, park improvements, fire department, and then computer software. So 500 for park improvement, recreation areas, 215 for the fire department area, and then the rest for the computer solution software. So just real happy to see that it going in those areas, and I'm happy we had the grants to be able to help us with all those things, so.
Okay, thank you, Ken. This is a public hearing, final.
I've got a comment too, sorry. Thank you for the summary, Ken. I note in particular that we've got 250,000 allocated to Creek Turn Park improvements, and as you know, that's a project near and dear to my heart, but we haven't seen a site plan yet. So I'm wondering how practical it is for us actually to be able to spend 250,000 doing things to Creek Turn when we haven't got a site plan.
Well, first of all, I think we had to allocate funds before we hire anybody to do a site plan. So I'm pretty sure, but we can have Paul elaborate on it, but I think we have to allocate funds before we start a project.
Sure, in order to expend any funds allocated to the capital budget, you must have an ordinance authorizing those expenditures. So this is just the first step of being able to spend the money that you guys authorized and appropriated in the budget for capital improvements. So then the next step would be to start, working towards that conceptual and those plans, and these funds would be freed up in order to pay for those initial
Right,
steps.
good, and I mean, I'm sure some of it goes to Taylor Design. I'm just, if we are not able to spend all 250,000 between now and the end of December, does it just roll forward into?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Good.
It keeps rolling forward, and the expenditures for professional services would generally come out of the general budget. We have a line item for our professionals for those services. So the goal here is to expend, the hard thing, like the actual equipment, the actual supply, things that.
Making the
have a
kayak
5-year
launch.
Right, have a 5-year life expectancy, things like that.
Right.
Plus the 250,000 wouldn't be spent without coming back for approval of those expenditures.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Anna. Is there any other questions? Okay, can we get a motion?
Well, the motion is to open it to the public.
Oh, okay, can I get a motion to open this ordinance 2023-7 to the public?
So moved. Second?
Okay, any comments from the public? Yes.
Hi, Deborah Harris, 7 Elsinore Drive. My question is along the same lines as the allocation for Creek Turn Park. I see an allocation for Chase Park, and I'm enthusiastic about that. Is there a plan yet for that expenditure, or is this the same boat as Creek Turn, where you're just allocating the money before a plan is available?
Well, I think Paul Lukasco made it clear that we have to allocate the money prior to getting a plan, or at least we have
So
some
the next-
ideas, some
The
test-
next step would be to receive proposals for the court repairs and the minor improvements around the playground at Chase Park.
The basketball court or the handball court?
Basketball and tennis are next on the list to be repaired.
Okay, what about the handball court? Was that?
That's not on the list yet.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Okay, thanks. Okay, in reference to ordinance 2023-7, any more public comments? With that, I'll close public comments. Can we get a motion to approve on the final adoption?
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Montgomery?
Yes.
Mr. Levinson?
Yes.
Mrs. Gilmore?
Yes.
Mrs. Evans?
Yes.
Mayor Klaus?
Yes. Okay, we want to move on to ordinance 2023-8, establishing a green team pursuant to Sustainable New Jersey. Can I get a motion to open this to public? Or do we have any committee comments?
I just wanted to acknowledge what Lewis said at the beginning, which is that we did look at Mount Holly as a model when we were investigating initially. I think you'll remember that I brought Mount Holly up as an example of a local community that had received money through the Green Team program. So you are right, but as has been said, we are Hainsport. We're going to do Hainsport things, and we are hoping to nominate people to be on the Green Team in the January meeting. That's so they can start with a full year, well, 3 or 2 or 1 year term. So that's when it all gets going, hopefully.
Okay, any more committee comments? Okay, can I have a motion to open this to public?
I'll make that motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, public comment, yes.
Hello, Deborah Harris, 7 Elsinore Drive. So I'm thrilled to see this on the agenda. Looking forward to volunteering and seeing the progress. And it's a long time coming, and I think it's a wonderful thing. I think it will open up a lot of grant money for a lot of great projects here in Hainsport. So thank you.
Thank you. Okay, any more comments on ordinance 2023-8? With that, I'm going to close it. I'm going to, can I have a motion?
I'll make that motion.
Second.
There's a motion for final adoption.
Mrs. Evans?
Yes.
Mr. Levinson?
Yes.
Mrs. Gilmore? Yes. Mr. Montgomery?
Yes.
Mayor Klaus?
Yes. Okay, we're moving on to ordinance 23-9, creating a length of service award program for emergency services. Can we have a motion to open this up for public?
So moved.
Second.
Okay. Can we have a roll call?
Easy for you to say.
Okay.
All in favor?
Aye. Okay, can we have any public comments on this? With that, I will close public comment on this, and we will look for a motion to approve this final adoption of ordinance 2023-9. Can I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Mrs. Gilmore?
Yes.
Mr. Levinson?
Yes.
Mr. Montgomery?
Yes.
Mrs. Evans?
Yes.
Mayor Klaus?
Yes. Okay, the following are consent agendas. We will take them all together, and what they are is approval of firefighter into New Jersey Firemen's Association, award a contract for engineering services for municipal hockey rink reconstruction, and a governing body certification for annual audit. Can I get a motion on all these?
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Levinson?
Yes.
Mrs. Gilmore?
Yes.
Mr. Montgomery?
Yes.
Mrs. Evans?
Yes.
Mayor Klaus?
Yes. Okay, we're moving right down to business. We're gonna need an approval for business license. Can we just do this by itself like that? Okay, can I get a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Mrs. Gilmore?
Yes.
Mr. Montgomery?
Yes.
Mr. Levinson?
Yes.
Mrs. Evans?
Yes.
Mayor Klaus?
Yes. Okay, we're at that time where we do comments from the public. You're limited to 5 minutes, and it's on anything you want to speak about, almost. Oh, yes, come on up. You must state your name and your address.
Sue McMullen, 129 Marion Way. I am one of the non-rich people living in District 2. I was really offended by the comment made by Mrs. Evans in previous minutes about District 2. She's assuming an awful lot about people who she don't know. I happen to live in the Glen at Masons Creek, which consists of over 50% of single homeowners, mostly widows, certainly not rich. I've been a resident of Hainsport for 50 years. 3 generations of my family have given countless volunteer hours supporting Hainsport Township and organizations within our town. And I have a comment about the proposed fundraising tea. It is a fundraiser. I don't see any problem filling the room. I'm sure we have many non-residents attending also. Just recently, I attended a tea for Merchantville's anniversary. I've never lived there, but I did support them. I'm sure many of us have friends and family that are non-residents that will be attending, and I personally have 2 tables full of people coming. My third comment, before Mrs. Evans keeps offending those old people in District 2, she needs to realize they are the ones that are volunteering to help the township and supporting events run by the township. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, come on up.
My name's Elise Bodgen. I live at 110 Marion Way, the Glen at Masons Creek. I'm here also to talk about the 100th anniversary. Some of us are here tonight representing District 2, Hainsport Township, the Glen at Masons Creek, where the grass is always green, no weeds, the houses sparkle, dogs walk on leashes, and there's no fence between the neighbors. The community is an over 55, has affordable housing, and votes. We live together as Quakers, Christians, Jews, white, black, and others. Some have served in wars, some are doctors, nurses, teachers, stay-at-home moms or dads, plumbers, carpenters, some own their own businesses. Some were fortunate enough to have pension plans, others not. So they saved their money for retirement and to send their kids to college and other things. Some are richer than others. Priorities changed over the years. My point is, whatever we were in our past lives made us the community of District 2, Hainsport Township, no more richer than other districts. You shouldn't label a community by their wealth or not. Label a community by their rights to make the township better as the years go on for the next generation. 100 years from now. We should all celebrate our 100th anniversary. Pick your priorities at what events meet your fancy. There will be so many, mostly free, some to help pay for the free. So if you decide you can't afford ones that just may cost a little more than your budget allows, then I have another free idea. Come with me to the Friends Quaker Cemetery graveyard in Mount Holly on Garden Street and pay your respects to the man and his wife, Barclay and Lydia Haynes, your children and others, the Lippicotts, the Middletons, the Perrys, the Roberts, the Stokes, the Busbys, the Burrs, the Evans, or the Shins, and others. For they built this community. and we should celebrate and honor those people. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That was beautiful.
Okay, is there anyone else? Yes.
Lewis Lopez, 98 Rivers Drive. I just want to thank three persons right here, Adam Evans, Bob, and Miss Deborah, for letting me know about this amazing township meeting. I appreciate it. Over my bike kids, safe, sound, with a helmet. I got two curious questions about a warehouse in Hinksport. If the computer be empty, how do you collect tax from the buildings?
We still collect taxes whether the building's empty or not.
Oh, okay. I'm just
And
curious.
you said two are empty? Did you say two are empty?
No, I mean, like, they're empty for years, and how,
They haven't been around for years. That something's wrong. So those
I'm
warehouses,
just curious, I mean.
well, as long as they're built, you got to pay taxes on them. As long as they're appraised value, we collect money.
Okay, I'm just curious, I mean.
The owners are still paying taxes on their structures even before they would be rented or leased.
The closed down Wawa is still paying taxes. We can't do anything about it. They have their rights, so we're limited.
And I'm just curious, for senior citizen day, would that be located here, or, let's say if I want to go, spend some time in Hinksport?
What are you talking about? The senior citizens,
Like that events, like bingo, do that right here in
The
Hinksport?
second and the fourth Thursday of every month, the senior citizens have a meeting
Where, I mean,
at the street center.
oh, okay, I'm
100
just
Broad
curious. That's just you want to go to different ones to see how it goes, to get out of that house, enjoy the
Right.
lunch, sun.
The second and the fourth Thursday of every month.
And one last comment I'd like to make. Could this Hinksport municipal building can be hosted like an event for kids, for after-school program, like?
well,
like
we have a
parks?
school, and if they wanted to apply and it was a need, they'd have to apply to our administrator and we consider it, sure. But right now, they have a school that handles most of the events for the children, and I don't, but if the event, they'd have to go through the proper channels, but we would have no problem with that.
Okay, I appreciate it. Thank you for everything. Thank you, Aaron, group. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, is there any other comments? Yes, come on up.
Good evening. Robert Lowe, 202 Lumberton Road. Two comments. As far as the 100th anniversary celebration is concerned, I'm definitely looking forward to that. I think it's going to be a pretty nice time. I would like to point out that I have volunteered on multiple occasions to serve on the committee in any capacity that they care to use my services, and I have not really gotten an answer back. I have spoken to Ms. Casey personally, and she has assured me that as the planning goes forward, that she would contact me, but that has not happened yet. I really would like to step up and be involved in that. Also, I'd like to take this opportunity to thank everyone in the township who came out to our meet and greet over at the street center this past Thursday evening. We had a nice turnout. We had the LD8 candidates, Anthony Angelozzi, and, it's gone, it'll come back. And Ms. Gay Burton, who's our new Senate candidate. Oh, and Andrea Katz, there's the other candidate, I knew it would come back. Anyway, it was a nice turnout, and we were heartened to see all the people who came out to meet myself and Deborah. And thanks to Anna also, who served as our MC that evening. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Are there any more comments? Yes?
Deborah Harris, 7 Elsinore Drive. As chair of the Hainsport Democrats, I want to thank everyone who attended our meet and greet last Thursday, including our candidates for Hainsport Township Committee, Deborah Harris and Bob Mode, as well as our LD8 candidates. We had a great group of people join us and some wonderful discussions. Spoiler alert, the Harris and Mode campaign platform will be coming soon to their campaign Facebook and Instagram pages, so check it out. Speaking of Facebook and Insta pages, the Hainsport Dems have both, and they are chock full of kid-friendly, resident-friendly, and local business-friendly content. Want to know what's happening? Check it out. On September 29th, the Hainsport Democrats will be sponsoring the Township Movie in the Park screening of Lyle, Lyle Crocodile. The movie starts at dusk, so hopefully we'll see you there. The Hainsport Democrats join our township residents in their outrage at the recent reports of vandalism to Big Rusty. In checking the New Jersey State Police pages tonight, we understand the suspects have been identified, and we hope that they are brought to face justice quickly. At the August meeting, I asked this body and Mr. Montgomery several questions on behalf of residents about the Hainsport Education Fund, AKA HEF. Those questions remain unanswered and are as follows. Was HEF ever restored nonprofit status by the IRS after 2013? Did HEF file yearly taxes as a nonprofit or a for-profit entity after it lost its 501c3 status? Why was HEF's 501c3 status revoked in 2013? Why did HEF continue to operate and accept donations after 2013 as a nonprofit if it didn't have that status? How were donations tracked and allocated? What is the current status of HEF with the state of New Jersey? Again, these are important and unanswered questions raised by residents, especially when Mr. Montgomery and his campaign touts financial responsibility and experience. However, not filing taxes since 2009 would mean that there were donations made to HEF without accountability as to where that money went. The township website alleges the Economic Development Committee exists, and it consists of 2 committee members. However, according to a recent Oprah request, there's no minutes kept for that committee. Is the Economic Development Committee defunct? If not defunct, what projects is the Economic Development Committee currently working on? And what projects have the committee successfully completed? The 2020 Montgomery campaign promised to, quote, create more business along our Route 38 corridor, end quote, because, quote, business revenue will offset the taxes residents pay for goods and services, end quote. Yet over the last year, there has been a substantial increase in vacancies along the Route 38 commercial corridor. Currently, at least 15 existing properties are vacant. This includes vacancies at multi-tenant offices and retail properties like Wawa. From what we can see, there's nothing being done by Mr. Montgomery or this committee to balance smart economic development with the goals of the master plan, including ensuring open space preservation. Again, residents' questions about what's being done to encourage business in existing Route 38 commercial properties that are community-friendly and actually benefit residents go unanswered. And yet, bafflingly, the township has green-lighted a total of 4 warehouses in as many years that are roughly 1.1 million square feet of industrial space, or 25.253 acres, in a town that's roughly 6.7 square miles. Does your vision for smart economic development extend beyond anything other than approval of warehouses in our township? Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. With that, do we have Karen? Come on up.
Karen Torty, 4 Easton Way. This month has been a very busy month. It started with the kickball tournament. We all had a great time playing together, including my husband and son who joined the team. This was a wonderful event, and it was wonderful to have all of us working in cooperation towards a common goal. I believe participation in town events can be enjoyed together, no matter of our political alignment. I hope this showed the residents of our town that we can come together to work towards common goals that benefit our town. In service to the community, I have continued to work in the concession stand at the concerts and movie night. Joe's Hot Dogs have become a major hit, and we enjoyed meeting and serving more of our residents who have become our friends. Congratulations to Frank Vellucci, I believe his name is Frank Vellucci, for winning the logo contest for our 100th anniversary celebration. It was a great idea, and it brought our community together. As a member of the Tea and Fashion Show Committee, I have had the opportunity to see the venue at Bradford Estates, and it is truly lovely and promises a great event. We have already started collecting new items that can be used in our prize baskets. If anyone has any new items that they would like to donate, they would be greatly appreciated. On behalf of the Hainesport Republican Club, I would like to thank everyone who supported our 2 fundraisers. Both were a great success. We sold 99 tickets to the Thunder game and were able to invite over 30 residents who may not otherwise have been able to join us. It was a wonderful evening enjoyed by all. Our pound cake fundraiser was more successful than we had ever hoped. So again, we are grateful to all who supported us. Finally, as we get closer to the election and things get heated up, it is my hope and desire to treat everyone with respect and dignity, and for us to keep Hainesport first in our hearts as we all work together to strive to make our beloved town the best it can be. I look forward to helping our town in any capacity to maintain its beautiful parks, well-maintained roads, manicured grounds, wonderful school, and amazing spirit. I am also always ready to serve wherever needed. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, with that, I think I'm going to close public comment, and we're going to ask for comments from our administrator.
I have no comments. Thank you so much.
Okay, well then with that, we'll go to comments from our solicitor.
2, 1, I'm pleased to inform you that, I know a couple of you know this, actually you all know this, but last Tuesday, the Superior Court approved Hainsport's 3rd round affordable housing obligation, approved the settlement agreement with Fair Share Housing Center, which was not even litigated. It was worked on all along for the last few years, and granted immunity against any builder's remedy litigation, right? So we're not going to end up with the concerns that we've had for a few years that someone's going to come in and try and put 500 units somewhere with a 20% set aside, and so we don't have to worry about that. I also want the committee to know that Judge Covert made it very clear in her commendation to the Township Committee of the work that you have undertaken over the past 5 years, so you and your predecessors, in initiating this process that led to what she considers to be a fair and reasonable and actually doable solution to this municipality's constitutional obligation to provide a reasonable opportunity for affordable housing within its borders, right? On behalf of Judge Covert, congratulations. That order will be submitted to her. It's already been going back and forth between Fair Share's attorney and me, and it should be submitted for approval probably tomorrow or Thursday for the court's signature. Paula just asked me if I would address a comment that was raised about the Economic Development Committee, that the website shows no minutes and therefore is it defunct? There is no need, and I think this answer has previously been given in response to the Oprah request, right? That the Economic Development Committee is a subcommittee of the governing body. It is an advisory board. It is not a sunshine body. There are many subcommittees formed under the statute, and they are not required to keep minutes. It is comprised of 2 members of the governing body, the administrator, the planner, myself, and then whoever else we decide. If Kathy Newcomb needs to be there for a meeting or somebody else needs to be for a meeting, they come in to lend their insights and expertise to the committee. So there should be no suggestion or innuendo that the failure of the website to have minutes of the Economic Development Committee should be interpreted to mean it is defunct. It is not defunct. It convenes when requested to do so by someone interested in bringing economic development to the town. It convenes when it thinks maybe there's an opportunity that the township should take the initiative, right? As to what projects, I'm happy to put that together for you for your next meeting. Off the top of my head, I don't have a list right now, but there have been a number over the last few years where the Economic Development Committee has met a number of times with different folks about different projects within Hainesport Township. So there are no minutes because no minutes are required.
Okay, John, first of all, I'd like to thank you on behalf of the committee for the work you've done on the affordable housing. You just make us look good. I appreciate
I
that.
appreciate it. It was really a team effort. I mean, everybody was involved in that. I joined the judge in commending.
Well, we all thank you. As for the economic development, the only ones that are successful to come through economic development make it a joint use land board, am I correct? So
Yeah, otherwise-
they are public when they come here. If it's something that doesn't work for our township or by the applicant, they go nowhere. So I don't really see a need to put together something for failures.
Okay.
So unless anybody disagrees with me, I think we're not hiding nothing, it's just the way we go.
If I can just add to that, it's also a screening mechanism for a potential applicant, for our professionals to say, this is our code, these are our standards, this is what the board likes to see, this will help make your process easier and better understandable by the board if you present it this way. So it's a great screening tool for anybody who wants to come into the community. But we do really lean on our professionals' guidance through that process. But again, it is an interagency mechanism. As Mr. Gillespie stated, it's not a required.
So if the idea has no merit and the applicant says, I'm not going to move forward, there's no point in going
And they
further.
could, they could still move forward
They
with the
could,
board,
right.
even if the committee gives them advice and they choose not to take it.
Yeah,
I mean, that's just.
it's not a decision-making
And
committee.
they pay for that time too, by the way. That's not on the taxpayer's dime. They have to pay for that meeting time.
They
with
pay
our
for all the
professionals.
professional fees, right?
Correct.
Yes. Okay, thank you for the explanation. I think we're good. We're going to move on to committee comments, and we're going to go with Anna. How are you?
I'm well.
Good.
I would like to address the comments made by the good residents of District 2 who came tonight. Firstly, I'm really sorry. I would like to apologize to you for any offense that you have taken from my remarks about the 100th anniversary fundraiser. None was intended, but I can see how you would take it that way, and I just want to put my apology out there for you. One good thing did come out of that, Elise. I love your idea about visiting the graveyard. I really think this is something that we can add into the 100th anniversary celebration. Back in the UK, we used to do grave rubbings. I don't know if that's something that anybody does over here. Wouldn't it be a fun thing to have some kind of little treasure hunt and people have to go around the graveyard and find all these luminaries from Hainesport past? I think that would be a great idea. So whoever is on the 100th anniversary committee, I think Karen, you are, right? Maybe you can see if you can kick that around and make something happen with that, okay? Other things I wanted to say, also the kickball tournament, absolutely awesome. Karen, you hit the nail on the head. It was a great opportunity for us to demonstrate that Republicans and Democrats can work together and represent Hainesport. That's what we did. And what Karen didn't say is that Hainesport came second. We beat Mount Holly. And we were never going to beat West Hampton because they basically were a ton of ringers. They brought their soccer team. Big Rusty continues to be very popular, and as I think Deborah addressed, the suspects have now been identified by the state police, so hopefully that is going to be the last time that we have to deal with that. Also very excited about the 100th anniversary logo. Congratulations to Frank Vellucci, and a big thank you to everybody who submitted designs, and also to everybody who voted, right? It takes people to contribute to the community in all sorts of ways, and that is one of them too. Thank you all for coming out here tonight, and I'll see you next month.
Okay, thank you. And Bruce?
I also want to thank John and Paula for their advice and for guiding us through the affordable housing obligation that we have. You've been great through the whole process, and it's been a long process. Since my election in 2020, I know that we've been working through this. On another note, I think some of you may have noticed a gigantic hole at the gazebo, which I helped dig today. I'm not doing this for just having a good time digging holes, but and it's a very hot day, but we are beginning to install a brand-new rain garden. The hope is that this garden will introduce to some, but educate all on the benefits of these gardens. In general, these gardens will sustain pollinators and strengthen the web of life, improve water quality, and educate all on the importance of those two former items. QR codes in front of plants will allow those interested to scale and recreate the garden at their own home. As individuals, we may not be able to create giant gardens to improve our environment, but we can do it a yard at a time. We all need to thank the Pinelands Preservation Alliance and Rutgers University for providing the funding and expertise for this project. I also want to thank Leila Gilmore for bringing it to my attention, and Mayor Joe Klaus for bringing his little metal detector today so we didn't run into any electrical lines or water lines or what have you. So we want to thank them. This is a gift from the Pinelands Preservation Alliance from Rutgers University, a gift from them to us, Hainesport residents. On the a nice little addendum to this is residents will be gifted up to $600 if they decide to install a rain garden on their own properties. Now, there is a QR code that I believe Paula already has, but if she doesn't, I'll make sure that she does, but she tells me she's so efficient that she's already got it. So with that QR code, we can learn more about rain gardens and the funding for their own installations. And I have a pretty long address here. It's http://woodard.rutgers.edu/stormwater_management/FS513 PDF. Now, can anybody repeat that for me? I didn't think so. So it might be better off to get the QR code from Paula. Volunteers are needed tomorrow to complete our rain garden. For those who want to help, please show up at 7 a.m. at the gazebo. I look forward to seeing all of you there. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Leila?
I don't know, I'm exhausted.
You can do it. Come on, let's go.
I'm just exhausted from listening to it. Yes, so I wanted to thank everyone for coming this evening. And I had already intended on announcing once again, Tish Kelly, who is the chairperson of the Senior Citizens Group, requested that I bring it to everybody's attention that they meet on the 2nd and the 4th Thursday of every month. And so this month it's the 14th and the 28th.
Can I interrupt you? Is there an age limit on that?
Limit? No.
Okay.
We had.
So if somebody's 59, they get a 10,
to
right?
celebrate somebody's 100th birthday, so.
I meant younger. Is there a minimum age for the?
No, they
Okay,
consider
good.
55 as.
55 and above?
senior.
You're welcome. Let's go.
I believe it is with AAA or something with the, what is that other group?
AARP?
Yeah,
That's it.
all those initials make me crazy. But I also wanted to note that, once again, we are honored to have Mr. Gillespie with us because, once again, in the 30th edition of the Best Lawyers in America, he, along with two other colleagues of his firm, was nominated and honored. So, Mr. Gillespie, congratulations.
Thank you.
And I'm still not kissing the ring. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Is that you? Must be you.
Deputy Mayor Montgomery.
So I'd just like to thank everyone for coming today. Had a fun time at the Hainesport team kickball against the other 4 sending districts. I certainly remember it being much easier when I was growing up in Willingboro, that's for sure. Of course, I blame it on the field and torn hamstring. But anyway, yeah, no, it was fun. And the 100th anniversary logo contest to Frank, congratulations. And I think this was said before, just thank you everyone for participating. We had a number of participants and the entries were great. And it was nice that we were able to all vote and choose. Happy about our fair, reasonable, and doable resolution as deemed by the judge on our affordable housing issues, and responsible planning by the Economic Development Committee, and great help by our award-winning solicitor, John Gillespie, and Paula and the committee, not only this committee here, but in years past, who helped to get us to that point. So kudos to them. Also would look forward to seeing anyone at 7 a.m. tomorrow at the Rain Garden, just outside, and many hands make light work. So hope to see you there, and thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. I have a couple comments. I am truly looking forward to I want to move my mic where it don't feed back. I don't know why I'm feeding back. I don't know, must be me. The 100th anniversary is very dear to me. I was here 50 years ago with Robert C. Shin, who was the mayor then, and I am looking so forward to the 100th anniversary that I could partake in this. There's a couple other things. The kickball tournament, I was hurting for 3 weeks. I did an awesome slide in the second.
It was worth it, that face plant.
That face plant, yeah, I love it. I'm known as the face plant. It was fun, though. I really enjoyed it, but I was safe, which is great. And I will tell you, just to give a little update, we did talk about chickens. Those who are worried about chickens, there's some issues with neighbors and things like that, but I don't want people to think it's not being looked at. There's some issues that have to be addressed with setbacks and things like that. So other than that, I did want to bring up, thank you, John. You're the man. You're all the way around, just, we're so lucky to have him. And we're so lucky to have the administration we have. It makes our job so easy, and they make us look good. Okay. Okay, coming up, we have the trunk or treat coming up, and we have the cruise back in time on the Rancocas, which I will be attending. It's awesome. I think the last time we had something, it was a 50s or 60s dance, remember? It was so much fun. So if you have a chance to do this, please do. It's a fun community event. It's not much, it's $30 a person. It's a BYOB, it's a dinner, it's a theme based on a riverboat, the Barkley. So you're not actually going on a boat, it's just a theme. But it was really a fun time just to enjoy yourselves with the people of the town. It's really good.
You don't have to wear a costume.
And you don't have to wear a costume. I probably will, so nobody knows me, okay? And one more thing, on a serious note, in the last few days, I found out about some homeless people that are within our town. And, when you think of homeless people, you think of, well, they have no gumption, they have no desire to get ahead. And I'm going to tell you that that's not actually the case. I'm actually trying to put together some people and communities to help these people through teaching them responsibility and yet compassion. And I'm doing this on my own with some committee people and some residents and businesses in the town. So if you have some interest, if you ever see a guy pushing a shopping cart down Route 38, pushing scrap metal all the way from Mount Laurel to bypass to scrap it for $10, you got to say, this guy's willing to work hard for $10. So it can't be all that bad. So it's something that I am personally working on with some residents and committee people. And if you have an interest in helping, contact me. It's not going to be something that's very public due to, we don't want to make it very public for the individuals that we're helping. So, but on a, just a note that it'll make our community a little better. I don't know why it's doing that, but, okay. So with that, if you have any interest in helping, please contact me, but it's something we're kind of doing on our own through some businesses in town. All right? So with that, I want to thank you all for coming tonight, and I appreciate it, and I'm sorry the feedback is so bad. I have no idea why.
Microphone, maybe.
Okay, I'll put that. Okay, well, with that, I say thank you very much. So can we get a motion to adjourn?
No.
Oh, we got to pay the bills. I'm sorry. Oh, my gosh. All right, all the poor people are going to get upset. Okay, can we get a motion to pay the bills?
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Mrs. Evans?
Yes.
Mrs. Gilmore?
Yes.
Mr. Levinson?
Yes.
Mr. Montgomery?
Yes.
Mayor Klaus?
Yes. Okay, with that, can I get a motion to adjourn?
Second?
Mrs. Gilmore?
Yes.
Mr. Levinson?
Yes.
Mr. Montgomery?
Yes.
Mrs. Evans?
Yes.
Mayor Klaus?
Yes. With that, we are adjourned.
Yeah.